Hey everyone, welcome back to our podcast. I'm Mel, and there is no Claire today, so alone I am a salty hoe. Unfortunately, it's just me today. Claire and I were supposed to record. She is still currently in Ireland, but she had a little traveling snafu, so unfortunately you're stuck with just me today. Don't worry, everything is okay. Our beautiful Claire is just fine, but you know how sometimes traveling, there's unexpected and occasionally annoying things that happen. So she was unable to actually meet me to record. So instead of doing an episode on mansplaining as we had planned, I'm just flying solo. Don't worry, we will indeed get to that episode, but it's definitely one that we want to do together. So I thought what I would do today, and maybe this won't be a super long episode, but we wanted to at least give you something to get you through your week, tide you over till the next time we can record. What I thought I would do today is just open up my Tinder app and see what hilarity we can find. So think of it a little bit like a salty bite, but kind of extended and with just me. Okay, are we ready? Let's open Tinder. I'm going to try to give each of these men a different name than their actual name, even though I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not giving last names and you can't see their pictures, but just because, I don't know, I feel weird about calling people out specifically by name, I suppose. If I slip up though, as we have done on Salty Bites before, you might have noticed, please forgive me. Okay, so let's dive into Tinder. I've been trying to aggressively cull my Tinder likes. They are sitting at just over 1,000 right now. I deleted the app a few months ago, closed everything out, but I did reopen it and they do pile up pretty quickly. So with that being said, let's dive right in. Okay, opening it up. All right, looks like we've got all kinds of things to choose from here. And I haven't curated this. I am just gonna start moving through my like queue. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start with John. John is 48 years old. John is looking for a short-term relationship, but is open to long, as many of these men seem to be. John, let's see, we've got 4 pictures of John. 3 of them, he's wearing sunglasses, so it's kind of hard to tell what his face looks like. The 4th one, he's wearing no shirt. And then we have 4 pictures of food after that. I assume these are things that he is cooking. His bio reads, quote, "Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man," unquote. Okay, so that is the whole bio, obviously from The Big Lebowski. So I guess he's channeling the dude here. And the only other thing he's giving us is a prompt. So the prompt is, "I can beat you in a game of ... And he's answered this prompt with toe wrestling, maybe. Okay. All right, so that's John. I'm going to swipe left on John, so that's a no from me, even though he is pretty good looking, actually. All right, so there we go. That's the end of John. Moving on to our next candidate. So this is Daniel. Daniel is 45. Under looking for, he has put still figuring it out. Daniel has quite a few tattoos, including, it looks like a face tattoo. Oh, a few face tattoos and some neck tattoos. Okay, looks like he drives a truck. And here's his bio. This one is 45 years old, 2 past owners, gently used but runs like a champ, very reliable, some chips in the paint, couple dings and bruises here and there, but cleans up well. I know what I've got here. Please no tire kickers. Serious inquiries only. Take me for a test run and see what you think. All right, so we've got some kind of extended metaphor here, and that is all the info that we have. All right. We're going left on this one as well. I don't do face tattoos, not my thing. Okay, next, let's see. We've got a person who identifies himself as a chef. Pretty good looking. He's got several pictures, a couple of his food, one of him smoking. wearing some hip clothes in front of a mural. That's pretty cool, actually. Let's see, bio. 6'0", 180, single and no kids, looking for friends, someone to cook for or cook with before I leave Salt Lake. That's pretty much it. No pressure and no expectations. So let's relax, listen to some music and talk and eat something amazing. See ya. Well, I don't know. I mean, he seems like a pretty cool guy, but he's leaving Salt Lake, so we are going to go left on this one as well. Okay, next up, we've got Dustin. Dustin has several photos. In all of them, he actually looks surprised, even though they all seem to be selfies. That's kind of funny. All right, Dustin is 49 years old. He is looking for short term, but open to long. His bio reads, not a fuckboy, STD free and plan to stay that way. Not every guy is looking for a damn hookup or ONS, ONS, oh, one night stand, that's what that is. Get over yourselves with your ego. I'm not that thirsty. Hoping to find friends that may turn into something long term. Oh yeah, if you're a brunette, why do you have pictures with 2 other brunettes? Which one are you? Somewhat old school. I'm 44 after all. Okay, wow. Dustin, that's quite the bio. Okay, so he's gone the route that we do see several of these men go down, which is he takes the road of criticizing people's profiles. Now, I can't see women's profiles because I have this selected only for men, so I don't know. It's quite a way to start. And I don't know if this is nagging exactly. I think this is just putting people down, right? Like, get over yourself. Not every guy is that into you, not into hookups or one night stands. Like, I don't know, just putting these, like, he's talking to imaginary women, basically. Really interesting. Also, really interesting disconnect between his age that is listed and what he says in the profile. He says, I'm 44 after all. The app lists him as 49. So I don't know. Do we think that he's had this profile up for 5 years and has just never changed it? Or did he set his age incorrectly? Now, usually when we see men set their age incorrectly, they set it to be younger than they actually are because they're trying to pop up for the younger girls on the app. But he's gone the other way, so I'm really actually unsure. Okay, Dustin, with your surprised face, we're going to swipe left on you as well. Okay, next up we have Brian. Now, Brian is someone I have seen on the apps since the beginning. I actually think this is the first person I matched with when I started online dating, and we never met. We never went on a date because at some point he just stopped responding. But he does pop up quite routinely in my likes. Okay, so Brian has, I've noticed, gone through a bit of an evolution on the apps. When I first matched with him, he was looking for monogamy and a long-term relationship. And then he went through a couple years where he had indicated that he was looking for an ENM relationship, which, if you're not aware, stands for ethical non-monogamy. Not really sure what exactly Brian was going through there, but then he went back to monogamy and long-term relationship, and now he's indicated that he is still figuring it out. And his bio reads, I enjoy learning, cooking, camping, traveling, and experiencing life to its fullest. It looks like Brian also flies falcons or hawks or something like that. And he also has included a picture of someone, I don't know if this is him or not, dressed in what appears to be a Native American outfit, holding a stick that's on fire on 2 ends. So not really sure what's going on with Brian, but it is fairly interesting. All right, that's going to be a left for me as well. We're not going back into that well. All right, next up, we have Nate. Nate is 40 years old. And let's look at his pictures. So Nate has a few pictures. Okay, so these look to be selfies, but they're good. I can see his face. No sunglasses, no hat. Not a bad looking dude. Okay, about me. As a believer and practitioner of Tantra. Oh, okay, Tantra. All right, so we're getting right into the sex. I see it as my spiritual path rather than a religion. It's my primary way of connecting soulfully. I'm seeking a physically intimate partner to share Tantra with in a relationship ranging from friendship to something more serious. I value everything from playful, dirty talk to deep spiritual connection, blending the physical and the secret. I prioritize this bond from the start, seeking that shared spark from the first message and even on the first date. Wow, okay. All right. So Nate is really into Tantra as a sexual practice, a sexual and spiritual practice. And he wants to have this happening from the very first message. Okay, wow. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to strip the fun out of sex than to make it into some pretentious spiritual experience. So we are going to skip our friend Nate here. Okay, next up, let's open this. And we've got Dennis. Okay, Dennis is 43. And right away, picture number 1 and 2, I can see that we have some rather extensive facial tattoos, shall we say. So already that's a no for me. His bio reads, "Not all exes are bad. Just look at me. I am someone's exes, and I'm the shit." And someone exes plural. That's hilarious. He's also indicated that his education took place at Harvard University. So that is interesting. I don't believe him. Oh, and further down under education, he's indicated high school. So apparently he went to high school at Harvard University. Perhaps that's where he picked up these facial tattoos. I'm not really sure. Okay, well, let's swipe left on Dennis. And let's go to Mr. Dave. Okay, Mr. Dave, who is 45. We've got a couple of decent looking pictures, an outdoor hiking picture. He is looking for a short-term relationship, but is open to long. As my lovely Claire would say, bless. About me, got out of a relationship in February, just looking to have someone to hang out with when I don't have my kids. I'm demisexual, so I'm looking for more of a NICMO than an FWB. I enjoy all the normal stuff, hiking, movies, camping. I have 4 daughters, 50-50. Wow. Okay, so NICMO, if you're not familiar with Mormon parlance, NICMO, NCMO, stands for non-committal makeout. This is a term that you hear at BYU quite often. So instead of like having a hookup, because they're not allowed to have sex, they say NICMO. Okay. Oh, and FWB, that's friends with benefits, in case you're not on the apps. If that is the case, then my hat is off to you. You're quite lucky that you don't have to experience that. Okay, and then he's also indicated that he's demisexual. That's kind of a turnoff when people use these words for me, demisexual or sapiosexual or whatever. I don't know why, but they seem kind of pretentious and unnecessary to me, to be honest. But as I understand it, demisexual means that like you have to like someone to be sexually attracted to them or something like that, right? Like you need an emotional connection, and it's like, oh, okay, so like you're a normal human, right? Like I feel like it doesn't necessarily need a separate label. I mean, of course, there are people out there that, don't need an emotional connection, can just hook up, whatever. But I don't know. This seems like something that isn't so unusual that you need a separate label for it. I mean, you could just say I'm looking for a long-term relationship, I suppose. But then he also wants a non-committal makeout. So I don't know, man. Figure out what you want. Get back to us. Okay, let's see. Next, we have another profile, just opening it up. Okay, Roberto, 43 years old. He's got a few pictures. Looks like he goes to Topgolf. We've got pictures with friends. Not really sure which one you are. In terms of relationship goals, he says he's still figuring it out. All right, about me. Latino, I speak Spanish and English. Okay. Here for a good time, not a long time. All right, well, that seems pretty clear. Taller/thicker women to the front. Love when there's more to love. Okay. Well, I think, Roberto, I don't actually meet your criteria. I'm not particularly tall, nor am I particularly thick, so I guess I'm at the back of the line, not the front. And then he goes on to say, looking for transparency. If you want fun, let's have fun. Ideally, looking for dating, fun conversation. And if it blooms to something more, wouldn't be opposed. Okay. All right. Well, he wants to start out with a hookup, maybe. And then if it progresses, it progresses. All right. Well, fair enough, but not for me. All right. Next, we have John. John is 46, short term, open to long. Let's see. I promise I'm taller than you, 6'5". Bad news about that is I keep the cheese grater on the top shelf. LOL. Huh. The cheese grater. I don't know why I would ever need to access his cheese grater, but okay, there you go. You will never guess my occupation. My only hint is that I wear a suit every day. Okay. I'll never guess. I'm scrolling down to see if he's actually listed it. And I don't see that he has. It says he has a master's degree, but that's all the information we have. Born in Utah, but just moved back from Arizona, so I need some help finding the hidden gems. Have any suggestions? ? Love to cook, travel, read, and golf. I love the mountains, but in a way that I like to look at them while having a coffee at a cute Airbnb, not climb them. Okay, that's kind of cute. That's kind of funny. I like that profile. It's pretty unobjectionable. So not too much to laugh at there. Let's move on to Jeremy. Jeremy is 47. We have a few pictures. He's got one. Oh, this is funny. It looks like he's at a photo booth holding up a sign that says world's okayest employee. Hilarious. He says, MAGA, swipe left. I enjoy conversation and getting to know people. Connection is the most attractive thing about a person. I love the outdoors and I'm usually down for a hike or a paddle. Campfires are where I feel at home. Bonus if you can teach me how to play a guitar. I used to love playing piano, but don't have the space for one anymore, so it'd be rad to be able to just zone out and smile to making music again. Okay, so Jeremy appears to be looking for a free guitar teacher rather than a relationship necessarily. I don't know. All right, well, I don't play the guitar, buddy, so we're going to swipe left. Okay, moving on. We've got Val Rabin. Val Rabin is 51. We have a couple of adventure pictures. Really nothing where I'm seeing his face. Okay. We do have a picture of him dressed like the Predator on a motorcycle, I think. Yeah, I think that is what that is. Okay, interesting. Okay, there is a like canyoneering picture as well, a rappelling picture, but he's got sunglasses and a helmet on, so pretty hard to tell what he looks like. Moving down to the bio, he says he's still figuring it out and is open to exploring. All right, about this. See all of this ? It's simply shaping tomorrow. Don't be sad it ended, be happy it happened. We deserve to be ourselves and be accepted for who we are. I still have courage to be vulnerable. Okay. Interesting. Causation doesn't mean correlation, but I like synchronicity. Okay, what the hell does that even mean? Obviously, causation doesn't mean correlation, but synchronicity. What? Okay, confusing. Next paragraph, astronomer / time traveler / somnambulist. I can never say that word. Somnambulist, so sleepwalker, I guess. / nemophilus / orophile / pogonotrophy practitioner, parentheses, research if you don't know. Okay, well, I am going to have to look some of these terms up because despite my extensive vocabulary, I don't know what these mean. So let's look them up, actually. All right, so astronomer, we know what that means. Time traveler, I don't know if by that, well, I mean, I guess we're all time travelers in a way, right? We are all moving through time in a unidirectional manner. So sure, I guess. All right, nemophilus. What does that mean? An obscure word that hasn't really been used for over 100 years. It means someone with a love or fondness for forests, woods, or woodland scenery. Okay, so he likes forests. Cool. I don't think we needed a whole separate word for that, but whatever. Cool. All right, auraphile. Yeah, looking that up. Okay, lover of mountains. Okay, fair. I feel like we could just say I like to be outdoors, but okay, Pagana trophy. The act of cultivating or growing and grooming a mustache, beard, sideburns, or other facial hair. Okay, he does seem to have quite an impressive beard, so I guess that tracks. All right, last paragraph. Animistic, active and healthy with an aware EQ. Earth's life matters, and I love petrichor and scytherism. Okay, well, I know what petrichor means. That's that lovely smell after a rain. Scytherism, looking that up too. Oh, okay. A soft, low noise like leaves rustling. Okay, well, that was a lot of $5 words to just say you like outside. Cool. I think this one is not for me. Okay, we're going to move on to Chris. All right, Chris is 41. He's got a beard. We've got some pictures, so at least I can see his face. Chris is at a hockey game with a girlfriend, maybe? Okay, looks like a woman. And then at a dog's birthday party, also with a woman. Okay, we've got a little old looking chihuahua with a party hat on. All right, gym selfie or bathroom selfie. Oh God, you know how I feel about seeing toilets in pictures. That's no bueno. And then some more dog pictures. Interesting. Okay, let's look at our bio. Here we go. Canadian solo polyamorous. Okay, well, we're starting with a bang. So polyamorous but solo. So I guess this is like the male version of a unicorn that joins in and is like a secondary partner to people that are already partnered. Okay, interesting. Working class leftist. AUDHD. What is AUDHD? My God, Tinder, you are making me do a lot of research today, and I'm not sure that I like it. Okay, AUDHD. Okay, that's not an official diagnosis. Oh, I see. It's a term that is used to describe people who have both autism and ADHD. Okay, all right, interesting. Gender queer and kink experienced. I subscribe to categorical polyam. What the hell is categorical polyam? And prefer to connect with fellow polyam experienced queerdos. I only date playful people. Silly gooses, please apply. Okay, wow. All right, so categorical polyam. Maybe I have to look that up too. And while I'm doing that, maybe it's worth saying that on my profile, I do specify no ENM, so no ethical non-monogamy. I'm absolutely not interested in that. All right, so categorical poly. Oh God, this is like exhausting already. What is this? It's only coming up with results that say hierarchical polyamory, which I guess means that you have a primary relationship and then you have like other less important, like secondary relationships. I have no idea. Oh my God, I just pulled up a whole article on polyamorous relation structures. I'm already exhausted. V, triad, quad, polycule, hierarchical, solo, relationship anarchy. Oh my God, I cannot with this. Okay, well, that's an easy no. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Mark. Okay, Mark is 47. We have his first picture, which is him in goggles, probably ski goggles with his tongue out. Okay, that's not great. We do have a couple selfies, most of them with sunglasses, but some of them without. Looks like he does a lot of sports. And his bio reads, trying to bring you to everyone around. What the hell does that mean? Trying to bring you to everyone around. Like he's going to pimp you out or something like that? Okay, don't know. All right, moving swiftly on, since that's all we have, to Raphael, 46 years old. Couple of face pictures, picture of a drum set. Ooh, real close up of the eye. Yeah, I really don't like when they do that. I don't want to see an eye that close up. About me, this is all we have, is I eat a lot of tacos. I wonder if he means like tacos as in food or if that is some kind of sexual innuendo. Not really clear, and there's nothing else in the bio to tell us. Okay, amazing. All right, that's a quick left. Let's move on to Ryan. Ryan is 49. Good looking guy, has a couple of, selfies, but they're decent. Looks like a travel picture. And Ryan says, okay, vegan, pescatarian, I eat meat on occasion. Okay, that's confusing. I don't think you can be all three of those things, right? Like if you're a pescatarian, you're not a vegan. And if you eat meat, you're also not a vegan. And he's got a little emoji of a steak, so we know he means red meat. Okay, already confusing. It says, played college soccer and tennis. If you play tennis, let me know. Thanks. Okay, well, I don't play tennis, so we are going to move right on past that. And we're going to go on to Bart. Bart is 49. And Bart, in his About Me, says, looking to do new things, been in the same job 26 years, older kids. Bonus points if you are, funny, nice, a little wild and crazy, are comfortable with yourself, and can rock the white toenail polish. Okay. Why the white toenail polish? Is this like a foot fetish? I'm unsure. I'm wow. Okay, interesting. It almost makes me want to match and like ask about that. That's really weird. Okay, white toenail polish. There we go. Okay, let's move on to our friend Curtis. All right, Curtis. We have a few pictures of Curtis. He's got a real long, scraggly beard, but cheek shaved, right? So, like a goatee that's grown out of control. And Curtis says, about me, easygoing, loves the outdoors, no crazy woman, please, had enough of that shit for 5 lifetimes. Okay. All right, no crazy women. We're gonna pass on that. All right, next up we have Mitch. Mitch is 48. Okay, let's see. Looking for short term, open to long. And he says in his About Me, looking for my angel to mend my broken halo. If you're into excitement and adventure, come with me and we'll find it together. Must be able to cliff dive minimum 20 feet and bungee jump. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. That's really specific, and what an odd thing to request of a romantic partner. Cliff dive minimum 20 feet and bungee jump. Okay, well, I mean, I guess theoretically I could do both of those things, but I'm real weirded out by the fact that you would request that in a dating profile. That's real weird. All right, I feel like this has gone on for a while, so let's just do one more. And I am going to select Teddy, who is 51, and I'm selecting him because he's blurred out his face, so this is probably a sexual one. Okay, and I'm not wrong. I just opened up Teddy, and it says, about me, seeking discretion. All right, so we're probably married. ANR interest is a huge plus. Okay. So if you're fortunate enough not to know what ANR means, let me enlighten you. ANR means adult nursing relationship. So this is like breastfeeding as an adult. Okay. Well, I think that's just about enough Tinder for today. I think we're going to close this out. Friends, this is what Claire and I are up against every single day, and that was a fairly representative selection of my Tinder likes. So these are men that liked me on Tinder, and I haven't liked any of them back, and I think I'm not going to. We had, what did we have, like 2 normal profiles in that entire batch? And I would say that that is representative. I'm not cherry picking these. I just opened it up and like went to the nearby tab and just sort of cycled through those. So there you go. A random selection of what I find on Tinder every single day. Well, every day that I open the app, which is not every day. You know, you have to like do this in spurts. You can't just like spend all your time because not only will you be hopeless about dating, but you will be completely hopeless about humanity. And I kind of feel that way already. All right, well, luckily today I have some fun planned. Well, I don't know if it's that fun, but I am going to hang out with my son for a few hours, and then I'm going to the airport and I'm going to fly to Australia. So that is my today activity. Super excited, not so much for the traveling, but for being there. I'm going to be spending some time with some great friends from the dive shop over the next few weeks. So stay tuned. Hopefully, Claire and I will get the time to record. I am packing a microphone and bringing it all the way halfway around the world to Down Under. And you know what else I'm going to do down under is I'm going to leave my Tinder on. So that should be exciting. We'll get to compare and contrast what we can find in Utah with what we find in Australia. All right, well, I think that's it for me today. I am going to close this out. Sorry it was a short episode, and sorry you got only me today. Hopefully, we won't do too many solo episodes, but we did want to keep things rolling while we are apart. Anyway, so hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, let me know. If not, don't worry. We will be back to our standard format shortly. All right, friends, I hope you have a lovely week, and I will catch you next time. Bye now.